I don't blame them on being a pool with them if I could today. Aren't they adorable? On the left side of the train, the green and gold roller coaster track is that out the Cheetah Hut. Also to the left beyond the tree line out there, Edge of Africa. That's a self-guided tour. You can take a leisurely stroll through some shaded pathways back there. You'll get to see outside of African lions, spotted hyenas, lemurs, and meerkats. There's also a 225,000-gallon right beside that hippo tank, a 15-foot Nile crocodile. That's a big fella for sure. Hey, that big white building on the right side of the train, folks, is Serengeti Overlook Restaurant. In there you can enjoy snack items like pizza, sandwiches, and wraps, things like that. For those of age, there is a full-service bar in there as well. We're now in Egypt. Egypt is home to a couple of our roller coasters. The first one up, Cobra Skirts, also features a unique vertical lift, an elevator if you will. It takes you 70 feet up in the air. As you come off at the top, you'll be face to fangs of an 80-foot snake icon. Pretty cool ride, Cobra Skirts. Coming up next on the right side of the train, folks, the blue and beige roller coaster track is the track for the Montu roller coaster. It's going right beside us. Look over to the right. Montu is one of the tallest and fastest inverted steel coasters in the southeast. Inverted simply meaning you're suspended below the tracks. It is floorless. Legs and feet are dangling in the air. Guys, please keep your hands and arms inside the train. Parents, please watch your children. Many of those bushes have stickers and thorns. Spaghetti belt, folks. Keep in mind, the animals out here are indeed wild animals. They are free roaming. We've no clue where they'll be, what they will do. Of course, they always have the right of way. So again, the importance of remaining seated, keeping all body parts inside. And again, even very small children must be seated. Small children must be seated. Thank you. Extremely important, folks. Check out these large canned animals over on the left side of the train. Large, straight horns on their heads. Those are eland antelope. Eland antelope can weigh up to a ton apiece. When they're startled in the wild, they can leap 10 feet straight up in the air from a near standing start. Pretty high for something that large for sure. Check out the zebras out to the left in that blue clearing there. You'll notice their stripes stop at their shoulder line, giving them a white belly. Those are Grevy's zebras. They are the largest of the zebra species. By the way, when they're first born, their stripes are actually tan and darken as the animal matures. You may have noticed one of our female red-necked ostriches back there. We'll talk more about them in a bit. And of course, our reticulated giraffe. For the male reticulated giraffe, 18 feet tall, weighing up to 1 ton when they're full grown. They are one of the few animals to perceive color. They also have a 360-degree field of vision because of the way their eyes are located on their heads. Several more of them coming up on the left down here. By the way, no two reticulated giraffe have the identical same markings, folks, much like our fingerprints, but they do have the same number of vertebrae as you and me. That number, of course, is 7. Now, theirs are a bit larger, for sure. Reticulated giraffe can bend down to get a drink of water or nibble on grass whenever they choose. In order to do that, they have to spread their front legs really wide apart. No big surprise there. What may be a bit of a surprise, though, they actually have special elastic-like blood vessels with extra valves in them that allow them to bend over so far to that back because their brain is so far from their heart. Check out the whitish animal over to the left, somewhat curly-Q horns on their heads. Those are Adax antelope. Adax antelope are presently one of the most endangered species in the world, with fewer than 300 remaining in the wild. And that's a number given me some time back. Sadly, it's probably many fewer than that now. Adax antelope. Crossing this small trestle, we're now going on to the north part of the Serengeti. It is divided into north and south, different animals on each side, partly based upon compatibility, of course. To be on the lookout, perhaps to see a few different species of animals out this way. do have some zebras coming up on the left side of the train, folks. These are Grant's zebras. They have a completely different striping pattern than the Greddies over on the southbound. Grant zebras, these guys here, their stripes are much wider and further apart, especially around the rump area, and they do go all the way around the animal's body and legs. And because of that, they're perhaps the most photographed of the zebra species. By the way, Grant zebras are very accommodating. They will travel as slowly as necessary so as never leave any member of their group behind. One of our white rhino on the left side of the train, 4,000 to 6,000 pounds apiece, the white rhino. Don't let the size fool you though, folks. They can still run 35 miles an hour. Even at that weight and speed, they're quite agile. In tight spaces, they can stop and turn on a dime if need be. The horns on their noses are keratin, same material as our hair and fingernails, no bones. By the way, they have no medicinal value whatsoever. A little further out to the left in the shade of those big trees, you'll see two shaggy gray animals with horns on their heads lying down almost side by side out there. Those are wildebeests. Wildebeests are also known as the white-bearded dew. During migration, they'll travel in herds greater than 1 million strong, creating a dust cloud visible from the International Space Station. Now, how about this? A newborn wildebeest can stand and run with the rest of the herd in from 3 to 7 minutes after it's born. Look over on the right side of the train. You'll notice some sort of reddish-brown animals out there. Horns on their heads. Those are sable antelope. Sables typically travel in herds 15 to 20 strong. Only one adult male allowed in the herd, the dominant female being in charge. Truly a matriarchal society. And coming up next on the right side of the train, a sort of grayish-tan animal out there, the fossil waterbuck. They have a unique heart-shaped nose and a white ring around the rump area. The fossils can secrete a very smelly oil through their skin into their fur. It gives them a bit of extra buoyancy in the water when needed, especially around the neck, but it smells so foul it actually keeps many of their predators at bay. Wonderful side effect for them. Up on the hilltop to the right and amongst those big boulders up there, you'll see some tall tan animals. Large ears, thin stripes up and down their sides. Those are greater kudu. Greater kudu are considered the most handsome of the antelope species. Those large ears, of course, give them a keen sense of hearing. Greater kudu on the hilltop to the right. Hey, look up on the hilltop to the left, folks. Come with our female redneck ostriches out there. They only have 2 toes on each foot. The only 2-toed bird species in the world. They are flightless, but they can actually run at 42 miles an hour. 9 feet tall, 330 pounds apiece. The sort of greenish and teal-colored roller coaster track coming up on the right side of the train, folks. That's a track for the Kumba roller coaster. In the Swahili dialect, the word puma actually means roar. They designed that coaster to make that loud roaring noise on purpose. You'll hear it before you see it. The puma carries you 143 feet up here, traveling at 60 miles an hour. It also flips you upside down 7 times during the ride. Coming up on the right side of the train, clearing the bushes, we might catch a glimpse of one of those Congo River rapids rafts floating by. They're free-floating circular rafts that hold up to 12 people, traveling about a quarter-mile replica of the Congo River, filled with rapids and waterfalls. On the left side of the train, Jungala, home to those magnificent tigers, orangutans, and gibbons, even the white tigers. On the right side of the train, sort of a reddish animal out that way, bongo antelope. Bongos were once thought to be extinct. They were discovered in the 1950s. They are nocturnal, by the way. As you get beyond the wall on the left side of the train, folks, look out to the left, up in the air. You'll see an orange-colored roller coaster track. Now that's the track for the new Tigris roller coaster, 150 feet up in the air. You do a nice hardline roll while you're up there. Building over on the left side of the train, ladies and gentlemen, the Zambia Smokehouse here in Swansville. That is where you would go to enjoy delicious smoked barbecue ribs, chicken, brisket, or a pulled pork, along with your favorite soft drink. And for those of me, they do have alcoholic beverages available, both beer and wine. We're about to come into the Stanleyville station, ladies and gentlemen. Stanleyville, a full and complete stop. I will let you know when it is safe to exit to the platform side of the train. If you will be getting off here, please watch your head and your step as you exit to that platform side. The station exits will be on each end of the station. Keep in mind, folks, even if you're just changing your seating row, do not step out the right side of the train, the platform side only, for your safety. Hold on just a few moments, still rolling, not fully into the station just yet. Hang on, stay seated. All right, it is now safe to exit to the platform side of the train. Again, my name is Ray. It has indeed been my privilege to be...